Go, what, a couple years later, we fast forward, you're making a cameo in the Flavor in Your Ear remix. How did that link come about?
Yeah, that was dope. Well, I went to college with Puffy. Me and Puff went to college together.
Oh,
We went to Howard University together at the same time, and I knew him. He was cool. And when they did the song, Rampage, good friend of mine, he bigged us up in his verse. And when they were putting together the ideas for the video, Puff was like, "Yo, I know that cat from Digable Planets," and he just said, "Cool, like that. Let me call him up and see if he'd be down to come to the video." And they would shoot the video actually like about maybe like 10 minutes down the street from my house in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? At the sound stage in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. And he called me up and was like, "Yo, would you be down?" I was like, "What?" Yo, man. I was like, before he could even hang up the phone, I think I was already at the sound studio, like ready to do my thing. But I was like, hell yeah. So that's basically how it came about. He called me up. He called me up and asked me to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And to represent for Digable Planets because of what Rampage said in that in his verse.
Nice. So you were in school with Diddy. How was he then? Did he always have this amazing vision, or?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. This dude, he was always a trendsetter, like fashion, dancing, hip hop. Because back when we used to do my shows, when I was a MC for this DJ named Trouble Trev, we had a crew called the Osage, and we would always do all the big homecoming shows. Like when we had the Salt and Pepper homecoming show one year, we opened up and it was our show. Just Ice one year for homecoming, and Puffy and his crew were like from New York, and they would all come and they would start these big gigantic dance circles in the middle of the floor, and they just start doing their dances. Then out there, they was crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? It was like a big movement, and they had a big thing, and it was like me being from Philly and them being from New York, we had tension. It was like New York versus Philly, like in our freshman dorm. You know what I'm saying? We'd always get into big fights. We didn't really come together until one day, we didn't realize that us being from out of state, the cats from DC didn't like us. You know what I'm saying? They did not like us. They was like, "Oh, these little New Yorkers and these Philly, all these upstate people come up here and they taking our girls and they thinking they good." So, and one day we were all, a group of us was going to the mess hall to get food. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these like a couple of carloads of DC cats just started driving past. They started shooting at us, and I was like, "Yo,
what? Oh,
yeah." And they did not like us for nothing. And then they shot up our dorm. They drove past one time, shot our dorm up, and it was like a lot of tension. And because of that tension, it brought us closer together. You know what I'm saying? We had to unite. New Yorkers, Philadelphians, Detroit, the people that lived in that dorm, they were from all different places. We had to unite together. You know what I'm saying? Because those cats from DC wasn't messing with us, so we had to like unite, and that's how we became closer. And the cats from Philly and DC and New York started getting closer, and that's how I got to know Puffy. You know what I'm saying? Through the hip hop and through the music and through us uniting, because the New York cats and Philly cats had to unite because them DC cats was not feeling us. But eventually, the longer I was there, I made lots of friends in DC, and to this day, DC is one of my like second homes. You know what I'm saying? I got mad friends in DC. You know what I mean?
be honest with me. Is Flavor in Your Ear remix the best remix of all time?
I don't know if it's the best, but it's definitely one of the it's definitely one of the dopest ones. Definitely one of the dopest. And because you got to put in account the song, the artists that were on there, the video. It was definitely dope. I don't know if it was the best of all.
What else can we put in that category?
See, that's what I'm saying. That's a hard question. I'm trying to think. You know what I'm saying? If you off the top of my head, I would say yes, because I can't really. But if you gave me some time to think about it, I might come up with a better answer. You know what I mean? But right now, I'll say yes. I'll say yes for right now.
But okay, tentatively yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, being that you had that relationship with Puffy, was there any talk about possibly bringing you to Bad Boy or giving you a solo album opportunity?
Nah. It wasn't that. Bad Boy was on a whole different vibe. You know what I'm saying? They was on a whole different vibe than us. We was on a whole. You know what I'm saying? Puff is a cool brother. You know what I'm saying? Good brother, visionary. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Great party promoter. You know what I'm saying? But Digable Planets wasn't really a Bad Boy kind of a group. You know what I'm saying? At the time. You know what I'm saying? We did our thing. He did his thing, and it worked out. You know what I mean?
Sure. Were you a Craig Mack fan?
Most definitely. He the guys that produced his album also were friends of mine from Howard University. because a lot of the cats that was on Bad Boy, the producers and all that, Derek Angeletti, all the Mark Pitts who managed Biggie and all that. You know what I'm saying? All those cats, Amin Ra, all those cats who produced a lot of those hits for Biggie and for Puff and for the Bad Boy label, all were friends. We all went to Howard University together. You know what I'm saying? And
Crazy.
Puff, being the cool cat that he was, he put on a lot those cats that were his homies. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't just put them on because they were his homies. He put them on because he saw that they had a vision and they had some talent too. You know what I mean?